Championship Sunday is upon us from the Lone Star State. 12 teams began at the premier level. Only 2 remain, looking to clinch the title here in Dallas. It's a rerun of the Atlanta final. The DC Pickleball team hoping for a different outcome this time as we welcome you inside the beautiful facilities here at Brookhaven Country Club in the heart of Dallas, Texas. Riley Newman, Christian Elshon, and the Kawamotos wanted nothing more than another shot at Anna Bright and the Orlando Squeeze, and they will have just that. It went down to 5 games in Atlanta. Time now to welcome in Cameron Blackwood, who is standing by with coaches on both sides.
Thanks, Mish. Yes, Kyle, coming to you first. You didn't have the outcome you wanted against this team in Atlanta. What's different about this team coming into here to Dallas?
Well, yeah, we had a lot of opportunities. We've got a lot of respect for the Squeeze. Obviously, they beat us last time. We just feel like this is our moment. Again, we relish the opportunity, and this is the finals. We're here to win.
And Alex, you guys already coming back defending champs here. How important is it for you guys to lock in and say, you're here to stay? It wasn't a fluke back in Atlanta.
Right, just, the energy is there. We just don't want to step back, and we're going to have, a great team with good ownership, so we're going to get there and earn it. Just got to stay hard like always, right?
Thanks, Alex. Michelle, back to you.
Cameron, thanks. They will have to earn every inch of this against the DC Pickleball team, a much different looking team than we saw in Atlanta. We'll get to that in just a moment as we welcome you to the booth. Michelle McMahon, Adam Stone, and Cameron Irwin here with you for the analysis. And let's dive into this matchup a little bit deeper. Adam, starting with you, Orlando looking for a second straight title. You're focusing on gender doubles who have not lost so far in this tournament, both the men and the women. Why are they your focus here?
Exactly right, and I am going to go back to the finals of MLP Atlanta. We had the DC Pickleball team with 2 comfortable wins in gender doubles, and then the Squeeze were able to come back strong in mixed doubles and force the Dream Breaker. Against this DC Pickleball team, you cannot get off to a slow start twice. Can the gender doubles of the Squeeze play big like they have all tournament long?
Rachel Rohrabacher got to finish the Atlanta final on her paddle in a Dream Breaker. That is the singles 5th tie-breaking game. Now we turn our attention to the DC Pickleball team. Jade Kawamoto and her twin sister Jackie. This is a different looking team than Atlanta. Why, Cameron?
I mean, this is a team that really has come together. One of their greatest strengths, and we talked to head coach Kyle McKenzie about it, is their camaraderie. They really feel like they've all got themselves on the same page, and there is no team that is on more of the same page than the Kawamoto twins, because not only are they twin sisters, but they mirror each other. They have a righty, they have a lefty, and their game is superb. Great dinking. They move the ball around the kitchen. They are so deadly in that sense, and they set up their offensive opportunities better than anyone.
And as you pointed out in the semifinal earlier this morning, they hadn't lost from Atlanta and Dallas until one run-in with Susanna Barr and Leia Jansen with the breakers earlier in group play. So this is about to be a thriller. Anna Bright and Rachel Rohrabacher, they haven't lost all tournament long. They are rock solid on their side. And as far as the coin toss goes, DC won it. They chose to react. We will explain that in mixed doubles when it matters. Here is the head-to-head. The Kawamotos with a slight edge here on Anna Bright and Rachel Rohrabacher, but they rise to the occasion when their backs are against the wall.
And they want revenge. That is literally their last loss as a team against these Kawamoto sisters in MLP Atlanta. So they are going to come out with a different strategy, and guns will be ablazing.
Well, you're not doubting that. Guns will be ablazing. The Rohrabacher and Bright matchup is just so ferocious. They want to speed up the ball, and they are going to be deadly against the Kawamotos.
The DC Pickleball team with a 55% chance to beat the Orlando Squeeze. Some called it an upset in Atlanta when Orlando had the chance to get it done. They were in a trying situation. It came down all the way to the mixed doubles game, which Zane Navratil and Rachel Rohrabacher saved the day. So we will start with gender doubles if you're new here. Women's doubles will go out first, then men's doubles will switch over to mixed doubles and explain why the coin toss is important there, and twinning is winning. They have been faithful all morning long. They were here since 8 a.m. this morning supporting the Kawamoto twins, originally from Maui, Hawaii. That's Jade, the lefty, hair in a bun, and Jackie, long ponytail. She's a righty, forehands in the middle. That changes things a bit. We'll get to the strategy after first serve. Rachel Rohrabacher will start us off. Here to Jade Kawamoto.
All right, ladies, here we go. Game 1, time in, 0-0. those hand exchange battles against this team, even though they're one of the best defensive teams in Major League Pickleball.
Straight up the line, and Jackie Kawamoto knows what to do with the high ball.
Jackie Kawamoto ties it up 1-all. Throws in the lob.
And interesting, a little bit of a change in strategy against Bright and Rohrabacher than what we've seen on the day thus far. And that's actually to go the direction of Anna Bright a few more times than we've seen. Most teams trying to ISO Rachel Rohrabacher.
I'd like to know why that is after this.
That's a great point on the court, and a great point by Cameron as well. As the Anna Bright two-handed backhand is lethal. We saw it in the semifinals with the slice focusing on the middle of the court. The Kawamoto's known for moving their dinks around the kitchen line. You have to be careful with that big two-hander.
And there's a clean winner for Jackie Kawamoto on the angle on Anna Bright.
Yeah, and I also like the fact that they are going the direction of Anna Bright just a little bit early in this match, because that's forcing Anna Bright in the later stages to have to respect that backhand side. She's going to have to make sure she's steady there.
Side out, point two.
Big response for the squeeze. All four players played Division I college tennis.
2-4.
And their competitive spirit as well. Third shot drive.
Yeah, and that high-end tennis background is so important, as repeating your mechanics, consistency, and technique is just absolutely paramount in the sport of pickleball. Great transition from the sport of tennis.
Traditionally, they have a setup ball before that, where the offensive opportunity is a little less risky. That time, they just went full send.
Anna Bright tests the backhand side of Jackie Kawamoto.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back for Jackie. The two-hander off the bounce, and now the one-hander out of the air.
4-5.
She is looking for that offense, but's got to clean it up, put that ball in play, and give your team a chance.
From Anna Bright, and then she tags Jackie.
I mean, that is why Anna Bright is one of the best females in the game of pickleball. She was moving left to right. Look at her in terms of the court coverage. All the way stepping over, taking that ball off the left foot of Rachel Rohrabacher, and finding a beautiful speed up.
For Jackie Kawamoto, trouble brewing for DC now.
And that ball sailing 1 foot long, but nice partner communication from Anna Bright, as I think Rohrabacher did have an opportunity to take that out of the air.
Jade with the snap on the two-handed backhand.
Yeah, and they went finally to the right side of Rachel Rohrabacher. They're trying to maybe be a little cognizant of just how good Rohrabacher's forehand rolling dink is. And also the fact that she's got that much power. So they witnessed that in the semifinal. She can be very deadly on that right side. So they've been going a little bit more midline on Rohrabacher and the backhand side of Anna Bright.
Early on, I would say the court positioning battle is definitely going in the favor of the squeeze. Kawamoto's comfortable in the midcourt, but you can't just hang out there. You got to get to the kitchen line as well as have those midcourt defensive chops.
That was exactly what Coach Kyle McKenzie told us before the semifinal, was getting to the kitchen. He feels like when they're there, this team is as good as any. But it's getting there, that's the key. Full throttle down the middle.
Yeah, she's got to look to her partner and say thank you very much, because that setup dink was as good as they come. There's that rolling forehand from Rachel Rohrabacher right there. It's just so nasty. Gets the extension and opening through the middle.
I got it. Go. Side out, point 8.
It's really nice to see all four ladies. The girls, they just have so much purpose with each shot. Even the soft stuff and the dinking. You see, I feel like you see more neutralizing dead dinks in the men's game just to keep them unattackable. These ladies are setting each other up.
Jackie Kawamoto closes, ties it up at 9.
I mean, that save off the net was pretty phenomenal as that dropped down. You saw the nice cutting ball to be able to get back into it, and then quickly finds her court positioning yet again.
And a perfect drop from Jade.
Yeah, points are just so hard to come by. I don't believe we've had more than 2-point run on either team early in this match.
10-9.
Change ends at 11. Well, that'll do it for Rachel Rohrabacher. Ties it up at 10. How about the defensive scramble of Jade?
I mean, she had a 360 in the middle of that point on the backhand side, nonetheless. Here we go.
The degree of difficulty to pull that ball back in, so impressive. Oh no, football called on Jade Kawamoto, so Orlando gets to 11 first. We'll change ends.
You don't blame her. She was trying to get them while their back was a little bit against the wall in the scramble, but the foot fault called on DC Pickleball team.
Both teams will take a quick break. We will take one to the defending champs, top by 1. else like it. Major League Pickleball has arrived in Dallas, and Championship Sunday has not disappointed. The defending champs, the Orlando Squeeze, ahead in this one, 11-10. They lost in the final in Atlanta to the Kawamotos. 21-16 was the score. You know that one didn't settle well for Anna Bright despite the ultimate victory.
No, Anna Bright, just so competitive. I think one of the greatest elements to her game is the fact that regardless of what the score is, she could be 5 points down or 10 points up. She's going to play and approach the game the exact same way. Just relentless pursuit of excellence. And you can see it from her dink, from her baseline shots, everything she does, she wants to be the best at.
She's back to serve now to Jackie Kawamoto.
All right, players,
University of Dayton Flyer. Both Kawamoto twins played there. For tennis.
Ball go! Side out, point 11.
The first half of this game, Squeeze are known for their aggression in women's doubles, but they have taken it to a new level, really putting maximum pressure on the Kawamotos.
Inside the baseline.
And usually you have to be wary of some drop volleys in the game of pickleball because you're almost allowing them to come up to the kitchen line at an advantageous point. But this is a setup shot. That was how you utilize the drop shot.
Kawamoto closes.
Yeah, such a good finisher up the middle and inside out. Always talk about how both Kawamoto twins really manipulate the wrist nicely on the forehand side and can put it to all the spots.
12-12.
Inside out, just wide for Jade, looking for that corner ball.
Yeah, I think it surprised Jade just a hair there as her paddle was still slightly coming forward and just off of her left shoulder. So just a missed time on the overhead.
Yeah, 3 straight to the middle from Rohrabacher as well. Maybe trying to find if it's possible for them to not be on the same page, the Kawamoto twins.
Despite the twin telepathy. Wow, that's a throttle the backhand from Jade Kawamoto.
I don't know if I've seen her hit a ball quite that hard. That was an impressive recoil right here. The first one comes and she's straight back with that backhand.
13-14.
So scrappy defensively.
I mean, unreal point. How many bad situations can you get in and dig yourself out and then find some offense later in the point? So good from the Kawamotos.
14-14.
Sped it up to clean it up. From Anna Bright, adjusting at the last second.
And I actually like the one-handed flip from Jade, who put it in a pretty good spot on the right hip. You got to give that short stroke counter credit from Anna Bright.
They caught Anna Bright just a handful of times with a quick ding to that backhand side where she's popped up about 2 to 3 times in this matchup. Again, she's in a tough spot because she wants to be the asserter through the middle, but she's got to chase that backhand. One more, same thing, kind of getting stuck, that dink behind her left foot. When you're up at the kitchen line, you want to keep that ball to bounce everything in front of you so you can even see your opponent on the other side.
15.
Stop.
One off the tape for Rohrabacher.
Yeah, it's a shot she has to go for, but I mean, I don't want to jinx her, but I'm still waiting for Rohrabacher early in her career to miss a block or a dink. She has been so consistent on the soft stuff, and I cannot describe to you how impressive that is.
Meanwhile, the DC Pickleball team take a 2-point lead after Orlando had a handle on it. What shifted in your mind, Cameron?
I think just within the last handful of rallies, you've seen them go just at times to that backhand side of Anna Bright, and she's been a step or maybe a half step slow to find that dink. We've saw a couple pop-ups in that regard and one missed dink back cross court. So watch for her to make that quick adjustment here.
Well, exciting news for pickleball fans everywhere. Tennis Channel, the PPA, and MLP have teamed up to bring you Pickleball TV. It is a brand new 24/7 network dedicated exclusively to the sport you love. Watch live tournaments plus instructional, lifestyle, and other original programming. It's available now on Fubo and coming soon to other platforms. Go to pickleballtv.com for more information. Adam Stone, your face is about to be all over the place. 24/7 Pickleball TV. You heard it here first.
There's a lot of pickle junkies out there, so what's better than a 24/7 network? I mean, this is what we need, and we have it now. I love it.
That's right.
Late night pickle.
Late night pickle. 24/7, you name it. The content is coming your way. And
maybe they'll put a couple of my old matches on there and remind people that I actually played this sport at one time.
at the 1 a.m. hour, perhaps?
the 3 a.m. time slot, that's right.
Catch Adam Stone live in action, 3 a.m. Set your alarm, folks.
All right,
Just kidding.
Time in.
Jackie Kawamoto
17-15.
back to serve, 4 points away from taking game one. Wide for Rachel Rohrabacher.
And they took the timeout. You were having to pay attention to what adjustments might be coming on their side. It looks like they want to become that much more aggressive. Rohrabacher's best shot is that forehand, and she's just going to let it fly, hoping that Anna Bright can help clean up the mess.
Yeah, that's right. And she got unlucky with the clip off the tape a couple points ago. I think that was a forced decision by her on that last ball.
For the same game ball that was lost somewhere in the crowd or otherwise here on championship court.
Yeah, some players have those superstitions. I never really thought much about the ball, but some players will not continue to play until they get that ball back.
It becomes an Easter egg hunt, as our very own Dave Fleming calls it.
Kyle McKenzie just went in search of it.
The hero, Kyle McKenzie, comes through.
Power stance for Christian Elshon.
18-15.
Coach and ball shacker. everyone stepping in when they needed to, just with some amazing defense.
19-15, DC in the closing stretch. Misses into the net, game point for DC.
I mean, nothing earth-shattering, just incredible, consistent play and well-timed aggression from the Kawamotos. There is no weaknesses in their game.
And Jade Kawamoto finishes it off against Anna Bright down the line. A 21-15 victory for DC in women's doubles.
I mean, that is such a solid team on the other side that they just took down by 6-point margin. That is massive for the Kawamoto twins.
I was worried about them in the first half of the game. Squeeze were playing incredible. Kawamotos weathered the storm like they always do. Get the victory for their squad.
Eerily similar start for both teams as we saw in Atlanta. We'll be right back as Riley Newman takes the stage next. We'll discuss how the Kawamotos got it done after the break.
Tennis Channel's coverage of Major League Pickleball is brought to you in part by Toyota Prius. It's ace now. And by Michelob ULTRA. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
Back in Dallas. And the DC Pickleball team is on top in this one. A 1-0 lead on the Orlando Squeeze. The defending champs from Atlanta, Jackie and Jade Kawamoto, were rock solid. And we check in with Cameron Blackwood to learn more about game one.
Thanks, Mish. Jade, this is starting out just how it was in Atlanta. You guys take the game one here. And what shots were key in this matchup against such a fiery Anna Bright and Rachel?
Yeah, I think it was really tight in the beginning, super close. I think it was like a 10-11 at the switch. But then Jackie and I really started to find our rhythm at the kitchen line, moving them around. And I think that worked for us, just feeling confident in our dinks.
And we were talking to Kyle McKenzie before this, and he said, you guys are ready. This is yours this time. But what's the mentality? What are you guys going to have to do to close this one out? Because you already have the game one.
I think we just got to keep the energy high the entire time. I think last time we started out 2-0, we lost the next mix, and we kind of brought ourselves down. We just have to stay energized throughout the entire match.
DC picks up the first win. Michelle, back to you.
They sure do, and another win for them would be crucial with Riley Newman taking the stage next. She was the first-round pick for the DC Pickleball team, the 3rd overall pick, which is a storyline we dove into in Atlanta with Orlando being able to take Riley. They chose instead to trade down to take Anna Bright at that number 5 position. Riley Newman and the DC Pickleball team welcomed the opportunity. They built the team around him. Christian Alshon was his 4th-round selection. He said he received some scrutiny on that pick. Well, he's put those that speculation to rest.
Yes, that's exactly right. As Riley Newman said, he got a variety of calls and texts about that 4th-round selection. Often when a player is picked 1st round, they have a big input for the rest of the draft picks.
And a big reason is Christian Alshon has been just like an absolute sponge, according to Kyle McKenzie. He has grown, not even just in this past year, but also since Atlanta. It is a massive bonus for this team, as he was big time in the semifinal as well, coming up with 2 of their 3 points, 1 in the gender doubles as well as in the mixed, and he is very tough to have to face.
There's Zane Navratil and Andre Descu. They have not lost in men's doubles on this tournament. A perfect 4-0, including the semifinal match before this. What is it about their dynamic that seems to work so well between Andre Descu and Zane Navratil?
Perfect complementary pickleball. You got the big 6'4" beast over on the left and Andre, and then you have Zane Navratil playing a nice hybrid role. Consistent setup play, but some of those attacks off the bounce and the fear that he can strike with his speed ups make him a very, very quality right side player.
A skewed percentage in favor of Riley Newman and Christian Alshon in this one. 66%. That's the most lopsided we've seen the numbers, and those numbers held true in Atlanta. Seems like we're beating a dead horse with this one, but a 21-12 finish in Atlanta, and Andre Descu and Zane Navratil hoping to reverse the script. It all came down to mixed doubles, guys. Last tournament went to a dream breaker, which ultimately DC is not pleased with.
Yeah, and I want to go back to what Adam said about Zane Navratil kind of being that setup guy. It is more of a hybrid role because he can still be so aggressive. He loves to take the ball off the bounce and really create some offensive opportunities. I will also say Andre Descu seems to be playing some really good pickleball here in Dallas. I've seen him really reach into the kitchen, get aggressive. He was phenomenal in their semifinal matchup as well. So even though the numbers might be skewed in terms of those probabilities, this might be a different story.
Well, on my right, story we should also talk about is the shadows creeping in here on championship court. The left side of the court fully shadowed, the right side not so much. So playing conditions a factor. What's a player's perspective on this, Adam?
Yes, I talked about the sight lines in the top of the broadcast. We had a quote of 0.4 of a second reaction time kitchen to kitchen, and underhand serves at 50 and 60 miles per hour. Sight lines, backdrop, shadows. This is all a huge deal for the hand speed and the quick action exchanges at the kitchen line.
Zane Navratil playing the right. Christian Alshon on the right for DC. Game 2 underway. For Zane Navratil, DC on top 1 early.
Well, this should be so interesting to see who's going to pull the trigger first. So far, Orlando Squeeze was the first to have a speed up the direction of Alshon, topped off the top of the net. There's no doubt that's going to be the target for the Orlando Squeeze, just because Riley Newman has got some of the fastest hands in pickleball.
1-1.
Miscommunication in the middle. Saw Alshon putting his hand out, letting Riley Newman know that is my bad, as I got my backhand in the way of your forehand.
Riley Newman, so good with his last minute reactions.
Unbelievable combination from him, because Zane Navratil destroyed a forehand in the heart of this point. Riley Newman up to the task a couple shots later.
Nabritzel there for the counter, but DC comes away with it.
You know, one of the cool elements about Riley Newman's game is the fact that he trusts his hands so much, he actually gives himself a more graceful drop shot. He almost gives himself more time because he's baiting his opponent to try and speed up the ball at him.
That's a good point, Pam. Bait is a real thing. If you have the hands advantage, sure, you don't want to put anything shoulder in above and let them hit down, but you can bait them to start the fire because you know you have the advantage with the hand speed.
Strong out call from Riley Newman. DC with a good lead, 3 points early.
5-2. Side out, point 3.
Alshon coming across a little bit to that left side of his body to still try and find the forehand. They're looking a little more for the drive and crash method as Riley Newman's up at the kitchen.
Overcooked by Zane Nabritzel, and I don't mind it. I know Alshon missed that last one in the tape, but when you have the pancake forehand of Riley Newman crashing forward, you can't really hate that decision too much.
Wow, what a shot from Christian Alshon.
And that was almost like an AJ Kohler where he just protected his face with a backhand.
7-3.
Really nice adjustment and right side play from Christian Alshon.
Side out, point 4.
Alshon still just in the early stages of his pickleball career, came in and he was just firing away in the singles court. But what's so fun is just to see the amount of growth from him. His ceiling is still yet to be determined.
Oh, Christian Alshon buries it again with that unique backhand.
Yeah, well, I talked about it with Jesse Irvin and Colin Johns being similar. I actually think Alshon and Rachel Rohrabacher are very similar players at this point of their career, different genders. Ridiculous over when he covers the right shoulder, but he can also move that pancake a foot over to his left to cover his left shoulder as well. Incredible counterattack from Riley Newman.
Oh, windshield wiper.
Yeah, not many people have that unique grip and that unique skill set. So tough to handle. Unbelievable. It's extremely difficult. And also, Riley Newman has a bit of trouble creating offense from a lower position because of that grip. It's not 100% all positive. He just makes it work for him so well.
Oh, and that's a good response from Andre Daescu. They needed something.
Yeah, fantastic angle from Andre Daescu. Catches Riley Newman with that paddle on the right side of his body. He can't reach your white board quite that far.
Christian Alshon right there for the win.
There it is again, and often players coming over from tennis are comfortable with that semi-western grip, and they have tried it. They just can't do it like Riley.
I imagine not the easiest thing, switching grips. Such an important part of the game up at the kitchen line.
DC gets to 11 first. We'll change ends and take a quick timeout too. back in Dallas. The DC Pickleball team looking to go up 2-0 on the defending champs, the Orlando Squeeze. A nearly similar storyline to what we saw in Atlanta. The gender doubles were cleaned up by DC, but then the mixed doubles reversed the script for the Orlando Squeeze, forced the dream breaker. DC is hoping for a different outcome here.
Yeah, we broke out the paddle in the truck to show the Riley Newman grip and how unique it is.
Camera in the truck so you can show our audience how extreme that semi-western is.
And another roll dink from Christian Alshon, just like Rachel Rohrabacher. It seems like it has more spin than any of those other top spin roll dinks. It really takes off when it hits the court. I mean, we're talking about an elite, consistent dinker in Zane Navratil, and he's having a little bit of trouble with it right now.
Zane Navratil.
Well, and rightly so, that ball just off the top of the net. He had his paddle on the right side of his body, but again, you got to go hats off. Watching the deception on the paddle of Christian Alshon, he's doing a nice job holding some of those dinks as well.
Nice return from Daesky. Looked like that ball took a funny bounce on him.
Yeah, and important to note what Cameron said. When you hold, it is tough to be consistent, but you get tons of deception when you're able to do it.
Ball from Daesky.
Yeah, catching Christian Alshon, still coming back onto the court. One of the best times to attack is when your opponent is still on the move. If they are steady and balanced, it's a lot harder to attack them at this level.
Just caught the wrist of Alshon, couldn't get out of the way.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough, and I believe that was a little catch and release. Sometimes you don't actually contact the ball cleanly with the paddle. It kind of flings off the edge with extra pace. I think that's what we saw there from Zane Navratil.
A little bit of a run for Orlando. No sense of panic for DC, but took a break to halt the momentum. And we think they're discussing on their side.
Well, I just wanted to say, Riley Newman, one of the best competitors in the history of pickleball, but I think he has found a new gear in this match. He is going crazy out there with his footwork, and he wants a win as bad as I have ever seen.
Well, Riley and Christian Alshon are going to be playing together at the National Championships, which are right around the corner. The 2023 USA Pickleball National Championships will be one of the biggest events in the sport's history, bigger than we've ever seen it right here. You can tune in for extensive live coverage from Dallas on Pickleball TV beginning Tuesday night at 9 Eastern and on Tennis Channel beginning on Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. And is the BioFreeze USA Pickleball National Championships. So if you're not sick of the Riley Christian Alshon show, tune back in next weekend. There'll be an action in men's doubles. That will be a fun combo to watch as we see that partnership develop.
Yeah, I think it's a really nice pickup for Riley Newman. He's kind of been trying to figure out which direction he's going to go from this past year, and I think Christian Alshon is really nice because, again, we just don't really know what his ceiling is, and that's a good problem to have.
That's a good point, Cam. I mean, there's other players, you know, maybe myself, for instance, where we know exactly where the ceiling is. And that's not very high.
6 feet above you.
Yes, right.
Side out, point 10.
Orlando putting a halt to the DC Pickleball team's momentum, only trailing by 5 now. Deficit was as big as 8 points just a moment ago.
and his shoulders to be able to find the defensive play there.
ATP setup from Christian Alshon.
I mean, that dink is so far out wide. Christian Alshon takes one shuffle in the lunge, and he is there.
17-10. For most other players, that'd be at least 2.5 steps.
With the backhand Ernie, another athletic play.
I mean, my goodness, this is really impressive. Not just resets, we're talking about resets with topspin, exchanges, getting jammed up in the chest at the throat area and handling all of it, and then just a casual half jump of the kitchen with a backhand Ernie to seal the deal. DC Pickleball team looking good.
Yeah, Riley Newman, Christian Alshon will be dominant, and something we talked about off air, Cameron, was why this partnership has the potential to be so strong for Riley Newman. Why is it that Christian Alshon would fit so nicely for him on that right side, though, despite the fact that Alshon could be a good left side player too?
I think the biggest element is the fact that Christian Alshon understands what his role is. It's always been for Riley, you want somebody that's going to make balls, but what you're seeing from Christian Alshon, it's not just about making balls. He's still being somewhat offensive by his dink locations. We've mentioned the topspin, and because of his athleticism, he can still be a threat off the edge like we've seen from the Ernie. So there is really nice elements that can be complementary to Riley.
I think he has a nice mindset too. So he got shifted over, he got some better partners, so he moved to the right side. It wasn't, dang, I have to play the right. It was like a new challenge for him to figure out the right side.
23 years old, Christian Alshon. The sponge, as you guys mentioned. Another nice drop in there to cause the error.
Yeah, and even there, you could hear Riley Newman look to his partners and say, that's a great deke. He is all over this with his partner.
Best, chirping and staring down, letting Zane Nabry. He's getting ready for mixed right now in the mental level.
We haven't seen him chirp yet.
Well, Zane had a field day with that in Atlanta. And DC takes game 2, 21-10. A statement performance from Riley Newman and Christian Alshon.
You gotta be careful if you poke the bear. If you're saying that, he gets a good interview, he has some nice jabs, but you gotta watch out if you're saying too many things to Riley Newman. He's got a big game.
DC on top 2 games to none. The defending champs in a bit of some trouble. However, we've seen this story unfold before. Mixed doubles comes out next. We'll explain.
Tennis Channel's coverage of Major League Pickleball is brought to you in part by Margaritaville. Escape to your personal paradise. Stay, play, live, and dine in Margaritaville. By Knockaround Sunglasses, quality shades that won't break the bank. And by Toyota Prius. It's ace now.
A new partnership blossoming. Riley Newman and Christian Elshon looking absolutely dominant in men's doubles. They take that one 21-10 to put their team on top by 2 as we move on to mixed doubles. Let's send it now to Cameron Blackwood, who's with Christian and Riley.
You guys are still strategizing about your mixed doubles here, but you guys are playing seamlessly. You said you're playing again next week here, but against such a strong team, Andre and Zane here, what was the mentality heading in knowing you need to get up 2-0?
Yeah, we've been here before. Last MLP in the finals, we were up 2-0, so I mean, they took us out, and I think we just want it more now, so yeah.
And you were just talking there, coming into mixed doubles right now. What do you think the strategy is to make sure you get this 3-0 instead of having a repeat of Atlanta?
Well, when you're playing with a Kawamoto, you know what they're going to do and just get it their wall. So they're going to get everything back. So Christian and I's role is to be super aggressive, put a lot of pressure on the other team. And like Christian said, we were up 2-0. So we're going to hopefully learn from our mistakes this time and see if we can come out with the dub.
DC takes the men's doubles. Michelle, back to you.
Cameron, thanks. And so here is where the coin toss comes into play. DC won the toss. They chose to react when it came to this point in the match, which is mixed doubles, which is what determined ultimately the outcome in Atlanta. So this is why it's important. Anna Bright and Andre Dascu obviously put their #1 clear-cut team out first because they need a game to stay alive in this match. So DC got to counter with their choice, to which they chose Jade and Riley, which is their clear #1 team. Last time the matchup was split, Christian Elshon and Jackie Kawamoto got Andre and Anna. So your thoughts in DC putting out this team against Anna and Andre this time around?
Yeah, so I guess it's just switching which team they are playing, because you said this is 1 versus 1. With the 2-0 lead, we talk about a possible slight sacrificial lamb that you could throw out there and have your anchor in the 4th match. So they are matching 1s for 1s here, and it's maybe a little bit surprising to me.
See, I think the opposite. I'm thinking Riley Newman wants the opportunity to finish this. If anybody's going to win this, he wants it on his own paddle. So I actually like this choice from the DC Pickleball team. Put out your top dog and see if he can close the door.
All right, our first mixed doubles game coming up. We will get you back out to the action. Riley Newman looking to close out the championship on his hands. DC Pickleball team, they could end it here in 3 if they take this mixed doubles game for Orlando, the defending champs of Atlanta. They could stay alive. All the pressure on Anna Bright and Andre Descu. There is Riley Newman locked in with his partner, Jackie Kawamoto. Excuse me, he plays with Jade Kawamoto. A lot of strategy talk on the sideline of DC.
This is the most positive, supportive, taking the role of team leader I have ever seen from Riley Newman, and I really like it.
Kyle McKenzie said exactly that. He said one of the biggest areas of growth for Riley Newman. Everyone knows that he's got the biggest game in pickleball, but the biggest element is his positivity with his team and how he has become an incredible vocal leader with this crew.
And the team over to his house earlier this week for some team bonding. He's based out of Dallas. This is a hometown tournament for Riley Newman.
0-0.
Here and the national championships. Anna Bright will start us off to serve. Andre Descu exploiting Jade Kawamoto on the right side of the court.
Yeah, exactly right. And if you gotta take it to someone, you don't really want it to necessarily be a 6'5" Romanian guy, as he has all the skills, and we saw him on point one.
Side out,
Long for
point
Descu.
one.
And how does having a lefty on your side and mix change things? I'd be curious to know after this
1-1.
serve from Riley Newman. The court as well. We talk about the two forehands, but it's going to be Riley's forehand that's going to be doing the damage.
Especially men's gender doubles, but very patient and very precise. These players know if they make a mistake, they're in big trouble.
Side out, point two.
The other nice elements of having a lefty is she has the ability to kind of free up and open up that forehand side as she presses to that sideline. However, with Descu right there, I don't know how aggressive she's going to be off the edge.
Yes, really good job by him with that backhand roll. He's always had it, but I really feel like it has picked up these last few months. He's making it a huge weapon for himself, maximizing that wingspan and length.
To see some of the court motion that can happen on the side of DC Pickleball team, especially coming off the corner. But again, they've got to solidify some of those speed ups. They found a few too long here.
Point of the tournament, maybe. That was unbelievable exchange And on each end of the exchange, there was incredible soft play. My goodness, that point had everything.
I mean, these two just going quite literally toe-to-toe at the kitchen line in I formation, challenging their hand speed. And even Riley picking up that next ball. That was wild. Big point for the squeeze.
There's that one.
That's not the play.
No-go zone.
That's the no-go zone against Riley Newman.
4-5.
Dropper from Riley Newman playing a little cat and mouse on his side.
And you don't see that from him. I mean, very, very rarely. So he is really firing on all cylinders right now.
This is a little feathery touch on the drop. Look at this, though, the massive overhead. That was a great pickup from Daescu, but man, an even better contact from Riley Newman.
Side out.
And Andre Daescu answers right back. The Squeeze on top by 1.
He deserves a shout out. He is in his mid-30s. He's been playing this game, this sport for several years. I didn't think he had another level, and he is absolutely proving me wrong.
Let's it go. 35 years old, to your point, Daescu. One of the best in the sport.
7-5.
On the side of the DC Pickleball team. We talk about skill sets for Jade Kawamoto. This is incredible. The ability to just make balls and defensively give herself a chance to find one more contact. That's next level stuff.
Anna Bright was there for the counter.
Riley Newman does not drop shot, and Riley Newman does not lob. And he is finding new tools in his toolbox in this match. Love to see him look to make some adjustments and add new things to his game.
Within one, just the amount of offense to defense to neutralization. It goes in a complete circle with each of these teams. This is some of the best pickleball that we have seen this year.
The level is insane right now. I hope they can keep it up.
Newman, hats off to Andre Daescu right there. Not easy to find the right side of his body, but right at the hip. Great shot.
You said it. Hip, not shoulder on Riley.
Side out, .9. There's Jade opening up that shoulder again. Same thing, starting to to shift over. Usually as a right-handed female on the right side, you'd look for a two-hand backhand. She's going to look to counter with her forehand instead, as she's a lefty.
That's a nice swing from Anna Bright down the line. Big response.
Yeah, and I like a little stare down after this counter. She just wicks this thing, and then look at this. She just stares down Riley Newman.
As intense and competitive as they come. Big step in from Andre to ask you how they create it.
Yeah, the precision of these dinks right now is just very high level. We have the spin, the pace, you have the fellas moving back and forth, middle, cover their backside, and the ladies just rolling and carving these dinks with a variety of paces and spins.
Missed that defensive play, but I think one of the undervalued elements to this matchup, which we did not discuss, was the defense on the side of the squeeze. I think that's been one of the very determining factors through the early stages of this matchup.
Side out.
Did you get it? You got it. Orlando takes a 1-point lead, and we will take an end change as the DC Pickleball team trails by 1 and is trying to close it out in 3. We'll see if they can pull a comeback here next. Squeeze making a run for it here. It is their only choice to stay alive in the match. Anna Bright, their ace, up for the challenge against the ace of the DC Pickleball team, Riley Newman. Storylines everywhere. It's been tight all the way through. 2. DC had some strategic talk on the sidelines on why they went with this mixed doubles matchup, and Cameron Blackwood has more intel there.
Thanks, Misha. In the semifinals, you opted to put yourself and Christian out. Roles reversed now here in the final. You decided to put your sister Jade and Riley out. Why the switch?
Well, first of all, Jade was playing lights out in our women's. She played insane. She bailed me out on so many shots, and Riley played amazing in his too. And also last time around, we had me and Christian against Anna and Andre, and it didn't quite work out in our favor. So this time we switched it up, and we're definitely just trying to play to win today.
Thanks, Jackie. Michelle.
Great stuff and great intel there from Jackie. So far, Orlando cracking the code of Jade Kawamoto and Riley Newman on top by 3. Wide for Newman, now a 4-point gap for Orlando.
And I would say the 4 points are probably on some speed up from Riley. We've seen probably about 4 of those go long or wide of the court on some clean looks.
Timeout, DC, 11-10.
In change only a moment ago, but DC deciding that they want to stop play once again with a timeout. I mean, what do you have to do to win a point? How many times have the squeeze just flailing, getting 3 or 4 balls back, get back to the kitchen line later, and end up winning the point? I mean, Newman, some of the best put-away power out there, just can't get it done against these defensive chops of the squeeze.
I know, and that's what we talked about, right? Just how astonishing. We thought that the aggressive play of Anna Bright might be one of the biggest factors, but in reality, their defense and their scramble ability has been outrageous in this matchup.
Thrilled to have you with us here on Tennis Channel. Michelle McMahon alongside our analysts today, Cameron Irwin and Adam Stone. And speaking of that defense for Orlando, it's one thing to defend, but it's another to be able to place it in the perfect spot. How are they able to do that so effectively? Where are their targets right now when they're defending Riley and Jade?
Well, with some of these shots, it's less the target and more just the height over the net and the ability to force your opponents to hit up on the ball. When Riley winds up with the pancake, you're not trying to put it in a specific spot. All you're trying to do is get that ball into the kitchen to either player and allow yourself some more time to get forward, because as we know, court positioning in the sport of pickleball is everything.
No better competitor on tour than Anna Bright.
All right, players, time in. 14-10.
With that one, that's a forehand out of the air, kind of at the upper torso area. A couple of those backhands off of the bounce, I would say, maybe to put in your back pocket. Hard to question too much on any of the shot selections.
Let's see, we're going to climb out of a 4-point hole.
11-15.
It's an Orlando team that has a lot of grit.
To climb back in this.
12-15. On the sideline. She's locked in for women's.
Splits the gap between Anna Bright and the 6'5" Andre Daescu. Riley Newman, so good.
I like that shot of Kyle McKenzie. Even he's shaking his head going, how did he just do that?
13-15.
Anna Bright going both directions.
Nice change in direction, to be specific, on Anna Bright right there, going toe-to-toe with Riley Newman in that last and final, going cross-court, finds the error.
16-13.
Was called on Andre Dascu, who was saying, I believe, that he wasn't involved in the play.
Two becomes one. Two becomes one. When you and your partner make contact together and one of them volleys the ball, two becomes one. Foot vault. Side out.
Two becomes one. Courtney Johnson, our lead referee here with Major League Pickleball, just affirmed it. You are correct, Adam Stone. Thank you for clarifying that for us. Have another look. They could still challenge that.
So because he fell in, even though he didn't contact the ball, he's contacting Anna Bright, which is where the fault lies.
Set up the put away for Riley Newman.
I mean, you said, I hate to beat a dead horse earlier in the broadcast. That's exactly what I'm doing. But this level, I mean, these speed ups and even some of the neutralizing of the aggressive dinks with the out of the air play from the kitchen, it is really just a level that I'm not sure I've seen.
No, and I will say too, I'm impressed even with some of the ladies' play in terms of their ability to reset or get that ball back cross court to really change those patterns and kind of get themselves back into a position up at the kitchen line. Really solid stuff from all four parties.
15-10 lead Orlando once had. Now looks like a 1-point lead on the scoreboard. So we talked about the defense last time out of Orlando. DC was the team that was scrambling, trying to figure them out. So now what has somewhat shifted to neutralize that stingy defense for Orlando?
It's really just these natural ebbs and flows of the game. You get down 5, you kind of let it fly. It's no big deal. You know, what do we have to lose? We're probably going to lose this match. Let's make a few shots. So you get up and it gets back tight again. Can they pull away again now that DC has tightened the gap to 1? I'm not exactly sure, but I don't think anyone is doing anything wrong right now. Everyone is playing their best game and at their highest level, and I am just a very happy fan right now.
Players, time in. 15-16.
What a shot from Anna Bright, held it and deceived Riley Newman.
I think it's going to come down to who's going to make one more ball than their opponent, because right now everyone playing just one play ahead, and Anna Bright finds one on the backside of Riley Newman. So, because she had a good look on the forehand side, in complete disbelief that this comes off the top of the net. Great dig right there, but it pops up just high enough. You can't blame her for the ball.
DC ties it.
Yeah, great cover from Riley Newman. Andre had put that ball on the left hip of Riley on the backhand side a couple times earlier in the match. Riley Newman not sitting over there, though, anticipating the middle ball, and he was correct.
Wide for Newman.
Side out, point
He had it. One of the easier pancake opportunities. He makes the very difficult one and has a bit of a layup sail wide.
18-17.
And the defense of Anna Bright pulling through.
Where did he come from? You saw him back in the transition zone, and next thing you know, just one massive lunging step after this extended dink rally. This is all Reed. Great job from Descu.
19-17.
If you guys are new to pickleball, players actually do make unforced errors. We're just not, you haven't seen one in like 12 minutes in this match.
I mean, this is quite literally leaving you speechless. This is some of the best pickleball that we have seen today.
20-17.
Game point for the Squeeze to stay alive in the series against the DC Pickleball team.
You. Me.
They're not missing. They barely were. Anna Bright just barely missed that defensive shot.
Descu just stole one off of his kneecap.
DC still alive.
18-20.
Down 2. Game's a 21. Win on your serve. Jade Kawamoto.
Nice mid-pace. Not a full release on that shot. Anna Bright think it was coming right at the belly button. It ends up down at the knee level. Great job of Jade creating offense from the mid-pace and lots of spin on that ball.
Newman with a chance to tie it here. And Anna Bright rises to the occasion, all the pressure on the Orlando Squeeze.
Yeah, she said no go against Riley Newman right there. Recognized the speed up and just unloaded on that two-hand backhand. That's a no-fly zone for Anna Bright.
2019 Orlando with game point number 2. Just when you think the point is over, Anna Bright takes the tag.
And after that last rally where Anna Bright clocked the two-hand backhand. Instead, it's her getting hit right in the head. Talk about some retaliation from Riley Newman.
20 all. Rally scoring continues. You have to win by 2, and on your serve, Anna Bright, she's fired up. Jade Kawamoto will serve to her.
20-20.
Championship point for the DC Pickleball team.
21-20.
Long for Riley Newman.
Point 21.
I think the crouch after he missed it from Riley Newman says it all. He knows he had it on his paddle, and he has just a slight smirk on his face. He cannot believe it.
Rare miss from DSQ in this game.
I mean, you got to go hats off to Kawamoto in this position. She has been locked in on that backhand side.
Championship point number 2 for DC, 22-21. All the pressure on DSQ. He gets the earning.
Yeah, great spin from Andre. That ball hit the cord and took a funky bounce on Jade. She couldn't come up with the clean contact.
22-22.
This game is up for grabs.
With the earning.
Could she be the MVP for the DC Pickleball team? Jade Kawamoto, the unsuspecting hero in this mixed doubles matchup. Riley Newman closes it out. The DC Pickleball team are your MLP Dallas champions.
What a great moment for the DC Pickleball team to pick it up 3-0, but that was a massively contested mixed doubles competition, some of the best pickleball we've seen in 2023.
Envy Jade. She played so well. I had even on my personal rankings put Jackie ahead of Jade, and she let me know about it. I might have to reverse them now after that performance from the lefty Jade Kawamoto. Way to play DC Pickleball team in general. You guys deserve this win.
The crown is theirs. Riley Newman said this team came here with one mission and one mission only, to take back what they felt was theirs in Atlanta, the title, and they did it. is the best Major League Pickleball final we have seen and witnessed to date here inside the beautiful facilities of Brookhaven Country Club. A 3-0 sweep over the defending champs. The DC Pickleball team are your new MLP champions. What a run it has been for them. And they continue to impress. Riley Newman and Jade Kawamoto were the heroes in this one of the mixed doubles final. We'll be back with the trophy ceremony to hear from our winners after the break.
Yeah, that's totally fine with me. If she wants to send it down to me, that's fine. Yeah, it'll come to me. Perfect. That sounds great. And then I will send it back to Michelle to go out. Yep, and we're all set down here. We got everyone all good to go. Here at MLP, and we just want to give one more round of applause for both teams, guys. Give it up right now. And thank you to the fans. You guys stuck it through the cold, the hot, the windy weather, so thank you so much. Give yourself another round of applause. And this incredible facility here at the Brookhaven Country Club, they've taken great care of us, so thank you to them, players, volunteers, the refs, really everyone, so thank you guys so much. We also want to give a good luck for next week to our friends at the PPA and USA Pickleball. We are thrilled for their huge event coming up this week, so best of luck to them. Thank you, guys. And we want to go ahead and thank our sponsors, starting with none other than our amazing title sponsor, Margaritaville. Michelob ULTRA, Toyota Prius, Nobilo Sauvignon Blanc, Sunday Swagger, Cirkul, Fromuth Pickleball, the Botanist Island Dry Gin, OS First Socks, Grillo's Pickles, Hospital for Special Surgery, Dulce Vida Tequila, Skechers Pickleball, Knockaround Sunglasses, ProXR Pickleball, Imperial Headwear, and DUPR, the only dynamic universal pickleball rating system. And none of this would be possible without these incredible individuals standing next to me. We have MLP COO Bruce Paco, MLP Commissioner Brooks Wiley, MLP Strategic Advisor and Board Member Ann Wooster, and the Marketing Director of Margaritaville, Heather Jones. And right now we want to go ahead and bring up our runner-ups who have played absolutely incredible. The Orlando Squeeze. Zane Navratil, Andre Daskew, Anna Bright, Rachel Rohrbacher. Zane, didn't go as planned here in Dallas. You guys did take the Atlanta there, but just how proud are you of this team to getting back to the final and fighting so hard all weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've meshed as a team, and, you know, I still think we have the best fans. I think we have the best owners. Unfortunately, we were second best today, and they earned it. They played unbelievably, and we can't wait for the next event. Hopefully, we get to run it back.
Thank you so much, Zane. Thank you, Learn to Squeeze. One more time, guys. Give it up for him. Thank you. And now, for the winners here, MLP Dallas, the DC Pickleball team. Riley Newman, Jackie Kawamoto, Jade Kawamoto, Christian Alshon. I mean, Riley, Newman Nation's going crazy. You took the one here in Dallas in your home state. How good does this one feel?
Yeah, I mean, it feels pretty incredible right now. Definitely want to give a kudos to the Orlando Squeeze. I mean, they had our number in Atlanta. I actually lost probably 5 days of sleep because of them. So I wanted to come out a little bit hungry. Our teammates absolutely killed it. They did so well. The fans were incredible. So it's just been a phenomenal weekend now that I moved in Dallas, and you know, I've been fortunate enough to win PPA and some other tournaments, but I haven't gotten an MLP, so I feel like my teammates carried me all the way to an MLP title. So first one for me, so I'm very happy.
Thanks, Riley. And Jackie, coming to you, just how much heart does this team have? You guys lost a tough one there against this team to come back and take the win.
Yeah, this team has a ton of heart. I don't even think we played our best until today. All weekend we were fighting through it, and today everyone just came together and we picked each other up and kept the energy high, and yeah, just great teammates all around.
And Jackie, just talk about Jay, the different mentality coming into this one versus Atlanta.
Yeah, I think last finals we played a little tight, a little nervous, and this time around we were just like, let's play to win. Let's leave it all out on the court. Nothing to lose right now.
And Christian, just how amazing is your ownership team, the GMs, the fans? What do you want to say to them right now?
I mean, big shout out to Al, Adam, Josh, Kyle, the whole group of people that really helped us out. And I'm one of the few people that graduated from Challenger to Premier, so now I have titles in both. Yeah. Come on. Let's go. Never been done before. Let's go.
And Riley, you guys, last one here, you were picked to win in both of these. How good does it feel to say, yeah, you guys are right in our choice?
Yeah, it definitely feels amazing. It feels so good. And I just want to say a big thanks to MLP. I know there has been a lot of kind of back and forth between MLP and PPA trying to make things work. And I think overall, the players and the fans got the best product. And going forward next year, we're very excited for it. So thank you, everybody, for making this happen.
Thank you, Riley. We're going to get the MLP commissioner to hand that trophy right now. Brooks Wiley, get the trophy in their hand.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Guys, give it up. DC Pickleball team. And before we stop, we do have one more award to give away. It is our Premier Final MVP. This person who wins and a guest are invited on a 3-day, 2-night cruise aboard the Margaritaville at-sea ship Paradise, leaving from Port of Palm Beach, Florida, and traveling to the Grand Bahama. The cruise is being gifted by our title sponsor, none other than Margaritaville. And like he said, he graduated from Challenger level to the Premier, has won titles in both, has improved tremendously. This goes to none other than Christian Alshon. MVP, guys, give it up, DC Pickleball team. Michelle, back to you.
Let's go, baby.
Cameron, thanks. Wow, what a moment for the DC Pickleball team. Adam Stone, of all the finals we've covered and seen, where does this one stack in your eyes?
The top. The level was so high. Not even just one offensive shot. An offensive barrage of combinations neutralized the length of points, the crispness of the offense and the defense. It's like nothing I've ever seen, and I've watched as much pickleball and played as much pickleball as anyone. Just kudos to the players. I love seeing the level rise, and it is absolutely doing just that.
Well, and we saw Christian Alshon walk away with the MVP, but in all reality, you could have looked to any one of those athletes on that DC Pickleball team and said they have a shot to win that MVP. Everyone stepped up in such a big way, and I think you got to go hats off to Riley Newman as well. His vocality, his leadership, that was a big reason, and the positivity that this team came together and is walking away with that title.
The DC Pickleball team, they've clinched the first title in franchise history. What a run here with Major League Pickleball from Dallas. Remarkable pickleball.